Welcome to the Hire Me podcast. I'm Chris Lynn.
And I'm Heather Balsaric. We are excited to introduce you to an amazingly talented professional today. You're going to learn who they are, what they do, and what they value in under 10 minutes.
So come elevate your game as we elevate today's top talents.
Hello and welcome to the Hire Me podcast. I am your host today, Heather Balsaric, and I am here with the one and only Chris Lynn. Welcome.
Hey, Heather. Good to be on here. Thank you.
Oh, well, Chris, let's jump right in with my first question. Who are you?
Well, I am. So again, my name is Chris Lynn. I am a talent development professional. I've got 10 years of experience in the field with in a range of industries from healthcare, technology, agriculture. And I'm really focused on ensuring that employees are set up for success because I truly believe that their success means a business's success.
Oh, I like that. All right. Well, what type of role are you looking for?
Yeah, at this point in my career, I really am looking for a senior leadership role where I'm focused on the strategy of employees' development and talent life cycles, and looking at building what their plans of development are. So looking at setting up competency frameworks, looking at skill building, upskilling, and the implementation of learning programs within the organization.
Oh man, Chris, I can already feel your love of this work, but I want you to tell us more about that. Why do you love to do this type of work?
Yeah, like I said, I really am focused on ensuring the success of individuals. And it really doesn't matter what role they're currently in, what role that they're looking to go to next. Because especially in the world that we're living in right now, that is so dynamic and so fluid, it really is focused on building up the skills of individuals to make sure that they can do the work that they want to do or that they can do right now. So I love this work just because it's all about seeing people succeed. It's all about making sure that they're set up for success. And when they're succeeding, that means I'm succeeding.
Oh, all right. Well, to do this, what type of leadership and culture will help you thrive in that type of role?
Absolutely. So the cultures of organizations I'm looking to work for are truly focused and prioritizing employee development. Employee development is something that is a critical function within organizations because unless you are upskilling your talent, you're not going to be able to innovate and grow and be able to execute on the services or products that your company is putting out to the market. So I'm really focused on that organization that really prioritizes their people, as well as organizations that lead people first. They're truly focused on the employees' well-being and their wellness, and talent is a strong piece of that puzzle. Really, what I'm looking for in a leader is a leader who's highly collaborative and highly open to new ideas, very open to innovation and trying things out a new and different way based on what their employees actually need to succeed. What I mean by this is when I've gone into organizations like the last organization I was at with Ironox, it was an agriculture tech company. We needed to upskill a very large facility of agriculture workers to be able to work around robots and automation and a greenhouse and working to upskill the engineers that worked in that organization. And that will look very different than another agriculture company that I may work at because it's all about creating an experience that works for them. And in that experience, creating a talent program that makes sense for the company. So it's highly customized and highly personal.
Oh man, I'm loving where this is going, Chris. So you have a lot of experience, a lot of different industries. What are the problems that you can solve for companies?
The problems I'm really looking to solve for organizations are top to bottom, looking at setting up their talent functions for the long term. Talent is a very fluid function within organizations because, again, the skills that we have today are not necessarily the skills we will need tomorrow. So, setting up the frameworks and the architecture within organizations to identify what the future skills are compared to what the current talent provides is how I'm looking to resolve that gap. In addition, there's a huge gap between what our employees can currently do today and what they need to be doing today. So, closing that gap and bridging that gap as well and developing learning programs is where I really want to focus. How I've done this in other organizations like at Pivot Interiors was they did not have a standard competency framework for any of their seven main functions and roles within the organization. They ranged from installers and laborers all the way up to leadership in sales, as well as designers and interior designers and project managers in the construction space, a very wide range of skill sets. And what I did in that organization was identify what the gap was within the company in each of those functions and how what were the skills that needed to be developed in each role and at each level. By implementing a competency framework in that organization, they were able to actually see an increase in promotions and upskilling that wasn't previously seen. We were seeing a 10% increase in upskilling every quarter because we were able to drill down in great detail to show how people were learning and how they were impacting the business.
If this was an actual interview, I would have more questions, but we don't have all of that time. So I have one last question for you, Chris. Tell us what matters to you. What are some of your core values?
Absolutely. Again, like I said, I'm highly collaborative. That also means that I am highly inclusive within all of the work that I do. I pride myself on being able to be a change consultant with organizations. And what that means from my standpoint is I can lead people first. I'm really focused on how any changes within an organization are going to affect someone's psyche, their mental, their emotional well being, and how we can reduce or mitigate the resistance to any change. And so when I talk about leading people first, it's all about how we as leaders are able to support those around us in order to get the job done. So, really, I'm really focused on and highly value being able to lead people first.
Oh, so inspirational, Chris. I so appreciate your time. For those recruiters or other professionals that would want to network with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, Lead with Chris, and hope to talk with you soon.
Fantastic. We had his link down in the description, everybody. So go click on it, connect with Chris or follow him, and let's get you hired.